Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. Landslide causes loss of lives in northeastern Karnataka. Israel becomes first country to shoot down enemy drones with laser weapon. Government making women-led development as pivot of governance, says Prime Minister. India reaffirms commitment to glacier preservation at the high-level international conference on glaciers preservation. IndiaAI Mission gets boost as compute capacity tops 34,000 GPUs. 60th anniversary of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay's philosophy of integral humanism celebrated. In the first news of the day, landslides cause the loss of lives in northeastern Karnataka, and this tragic event brings attention once again to the devastating impact of landslides, which refer to any form of mass wasting characterized by the movement of rocks, soil, or other debris downhill assisted by gravity. These landslides are generally classified by the type of movement, such as slides, flows, spreads, topples, or falls, and the type of material involved, whether rock or debris. In understanding the causes of landslides, both natural and anthropogenic factors come into play. Natural causes include groundwater pressure, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and heavy rains, while anthropogenic causes involve deforestation, cultivation, construction activities, vibrations from machinery or traffic, tunneling, and more. When it comes to landslide vulnerability in India, the statistics are alarming. According to the Landslide Atlas of India by ISRO, India is among the top 4 landslide-prone countries globally. Excluding snow-covered areas, approximately 12.6% of the country's geographical land area, amounting to 0.42 million square kilometers, is prone to landslides. The landslide inventory between 1998 and 2022 clearly identifies 3 major landslide provinces: the Northwest Himalayan Landslide Province, the Northeast Himalayan Landslide Province, and the Western Ghats Landslide Province. Moreover, regional contributions show that Northwest Himalayas account for 66.5% of landslides in India, followed by the Northeast Himalayas with 18.8% and the Western Ghats with 14.7%. To address this recurring hazard, several mitigation strategies have been developed. The National Landslide Risk Management Strategy Guidelines 2019 focus on hazard mapping, monitoring, and early warning systems. In addition, the Landslide Risk Mitigation Scheme by NDMA provides financial support for site-specific landslide mitigation projects. Furthermore, the National Landslide Susceptibility Mapping or NLSM aims to create a dynamic geodatabase for India to support more effective planning and response. Moving on, in a historic military advancement, Israel becomes the first country to shoot down enemy drones using a laser weapon, marking a significant milestone in modern warfare. This breakthrough occurred during the ongoing conflict in Gaza, where the Israel Air Force's Aerial Defense Array deployed a prototype of its laser air defense system, an adapted version of the Iron Beam system. But what is Iron Beam? Also known by its Hebrew name, Magen Or, the Iron Beam has been developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems and is classified as a 100 kilowatt class high-energy laser weapon system or HELWS. Unlike traditional kinetic weapons, HELWS are a type of directed energy weapon that utilize concentrated energy derived from electromagnetic or particle technologies to degrade or destroy targets. The Iron Beam is capable of neutralizing multiple aerial threats, including rockets, artillery and mortars, RAM, cruise missiles, and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs or drones. Coming to the key benefits of HELWS, it offers precision by neutralizing aerial threats with pinpoint accuracy at ranges of up to 10 kilometers, ensuring minimal collateral and environmental damage. It ensures interoperability as it can easily integrate with a variety of platforms and systems as part of a multi-layer defense system or can be operated as a standalone system. It is cost-efficient with almost zero cost per intercept. Other benefits include engaging targets at the speed of light, protecting military forces and civilian populations, etc. However, there are limitations of HELWS too. Thermal constraints exist due to limited magazine depth from overheating. Also, the system must pause after successive shots to cool down. Weather sensitivity is another issue. as it can't function well in heavy cloud cover and other inclement weather. Additionally, other DEW systems around the world include those from the USA, like the High Energy Laser with Integrated Optical Dazzler and Surveillance or HEL-IOS system, and the Directed Energy Maneuver Short Range Air Defense or DEM SHORAD system. China has developed systems such as Hurricane 3000 and Silent Hunter. The UK is advancing with Dragonfire and the radio frequency directed energy weapon. Russia has developed the Peresvet laser. India has created the Integrated Drone Detection and Interdiction System or IDD and IS MK2A by DRDO. So, with this achievement, Israel has not only introduced a new chapter in aerial defense, but has also set a precedent in the operational use of laser-based defense systems in active combat scenarios. Moving on. While addressing the Women Empowerment Mahasammelan on the occasion of the 300th birth anniversary of Lokmata Devi Ahilyabai, the Prime Minister underscored that women-led development has become the pivot of governance and the foundation of national progress, thereby marking a significant shift from the traditional model of women's development. This evolution from women's development to women-led development is crucial. In women's development, the core philosophy considers women as passive recipients of welfare, while in women-led development, women are seen as active agents and drivers of change. The primary focus of the former is on providing services to women, whereas the latter focuses on empowering women to lead development. The role of women in women's development is that of beneficiaries needing support, while in women-led development, they are change makers and decision makers. The approach in women's development is top-down delivery of schemes, for example, providing shelter assistance, whereas in women-led development, the approach is bottom-up participation and leadership, for example, providing property entitlements. Women-led development is significant to society in various ways. In terms of economic empowerment, advancing gender equality could potentially lead to a 30% increase in India's GDP, according to NFHS. It ensures gender equity as women in leadership positions can serve as role models and help shift societal norms about gender roles and capabilities. For example, the recent leadership of Colonel Sophia Qureshi and Wing Commander Vyomika Singh in Operation Sindoor. It also promotes inclusive growth by channelizing the potential of women for actively shaping and driving economic, social, and political progress at all levels of governance. For instance, more than 80% of artisans in the khadi sector are women, and over 50% of persons practicing sericulture are women. Thus, as the Prime Minister reiterated, placing women at the center of development is not merely symbolic. It is a strategic and transformative step toward building a more equitable, inclusive, and progressive India. Reaffirming its commitment to environmental sustainability, India reaffirms commitment to glacier preservation at the high-level international conference on glaciers preservation held in Dushanbe, Tajikistan, in collaboration with UNESCO and the World Meteorological Organization or WMO. Now, glaciers are vital for several reasons. They serve as critical freshwater reservoirs, with only 3% of Earth's water being fresh and 2/3 of it frozen in glaciers. They play a key role in river ecosystems. For instance, the Hindu Kush Himalayas or HKH, with approximately 54,000 glaciers, contribute nearly 40% of the Indus River system's flow. Glaciers also act as natural archives of Earth's climate, storing records up to 8 lakh years old, which help in understanding warming and cooling cycles. Furthermore, they regulate the monsoon system as the temperature difference between Himalayan glaciers and the Indian Ocean pulls the southwest monsoon. India has taken several initiatives toward glacier preservation. These include the National Mission for Sustaining the Himalayan Ecosystem or NMSHE, which is a key component of India's National Action Plan on Climate Change or NAPCC. Additionally, the Center for Cryosphere and Climate Change Studies has been established for monitoring glaciers in the Indian Himalayan region. Measures have also been adopted for disaster preparedness, such as glacier lake outburst flood or GLOF risk mapping. On the global front, 2025 has been declared the International Year of Glaciers Preservation by UNESCO and WMO, along with the decade 2025 to 2034 of Action for Cryospheric Sciences. India also aligns with the Paris Agreement, which aims to limit global temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Moreover, India is actively engaged with the International Centre for Integrated Mountain Development or ICI-MOD, an intergovernmental institution dedicated to preserving the HKH region. Giving a significant boost to India's AI capabilities, IndiaAI Mission gets boost as compute capacity tops 34,000 GPUs, thereby expanding the mission's scope to provide a common computational AI platform for training and inference, a crucial step in developing indigenous foundational models tailored to the Indian context. Let's dive into the details. The India AI Mission, launched in 2024 by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, is aimed at fostering AI innovation by democratizing computing access, enhancing data quality, and strengthening indigenous AI capabilities. It is being implemented through the India AI Agency under MeitY and is structured around 7 core pillars. To begin with, India AI Compute recently expanded its capacity by adding 15,916 GPUs to the previously empaneled 18,417 GPUs, significantly enhancing computational infrastructure. This has been complemented by the establishment of 3 AI centers of excellence under the India AI Innovation Center, focusing on healthcare, agriculture, and sustainable cities in New Delhi. Simultaneously, the India AI dataset platform has progressed with 367 datasets already uploaded to AI Kosh, thereby improving data accessibility. In addition, India AI application development initiatives have yielded models like Sarvam-1, a large language model optimized specifically for Indian languages. Meanwhile, India AI startup financing has selected 3 new startups to build India's own foundation model, reflecting the mission's strong push for domestic entrepreneurship. Alongside these, India AI Future Skills aims to equip the workforce with necessary AI competencies, while safe and trusted AI focuses on ethical and secure deployment of AI technologies. However, the mission is not without its challenges. It demands significant financial investment in computing infrastructure. Furthermore, the current emphasis on developing large language models or LLMs risks neglecting other innovative areas of AI research. Concerns also persist over safety, transparency, and bias, as previous models have faced criticism on these fronts. Moreover, the environmental impact of AI development, particularly high carbon emissions, remains a concern, highlighted during the Paris Summit's call for low-energy computing AI systems. So, in conclusion, while the India AI mission marks a pivotal moment in India's AI journey, the need of the hour is to promote ethical and responsible AI development. This could be achieved by establishing state-funded AI safety institutes to ensure the nation's AI advancement is inclusive, sustainable, and grounded in democratic values. Moving on, to mark the 60th anniversary of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay's philosophy of integral humanism, India reflects on the enduring relevance of this visionary idea that continues to guide national discourse. Born on September 25, 1916, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay propounded the theory of integral humanism to ensure that the country's post-independence development was shaped by uniquely Indian ideas rather than borrowed Western models. But what is integral humanism or Ekatma Manavvad? Integral humanism or Ekatma Manavvad is founded on 3 key principles: the primacy of the whole, the supremacy of dharma, and the autonomy of society. It emphasizes unity and harmony and advocates for equal nourishment of the body, mind, intellect, and soul, asserting that all 4 must be nourished for a truly meaningful life. It says that every country has its own culture and societal central idea, which has been termed as Chiti, and every society has some peculiarities, which could be identified as Virat. The contemporary relevance of integral humanism is far-reaching. It promotes participatory governance, underscoring the need for systematic functioning in families, institutions, and governments alike. Its vision of a self-reliant and decentralized economy, with villages as the nucleus of development, aligns with today's calls for grassroots empowerment. In policy making, the idea of Antyodaya, uplifting the last person in the queue, embodies the Indian tradition of universal welfare. Integral humanism also emphasizes sustainable use of labor, natural resources, and capital, ensuring a dignified life for every individual. Moreover, its principles resonate with environmental justice, promoting sustainable consumption of natural resources and principles of deep ecology. Finally, it upholds the importance of preserving and celebrating India's cultural heritage, making it a timeless philosophical foundation that remains deeply significant in modern India. In today's Personality in News, we turn our focus to Lokmata Devi Ahilyabai Holkar as the nation pays tribute on her 300th birth anniversary. Lokmata Devi Ahilyabai Holkar, famously known as the Philosopher Queen, was the Holkar Queen of the Malwa Kingdom. Born in the village of Chondi, Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, she was married to Malhar Rao Holkar, the Lord of Malwa. Following royal succession, the Peshwa granted her the right to rule, and she ascended the throne in 1767 as the ruler of Indore. Her key contributions include the establishment of a textile industry in Maheshwar, known for Maheshwari saris, and significant work in temple construction and restoration, building 2 of the 12 Jyotirlingas, repairing the Kashi Vishwanath temple, constructing the old Juna Somnath temple in Gujarat, popularly known as the Ahilyabai temple, and restoring sacred sites at Haridwar, Kashi, Somnath, and Rameshwaram. Architecturally, she built the Maheshwar Fort, Ahilya Fort, on the banks of the Narmada River, and also formed a women's army that symbolized state defense, law and order, and women's empowerment. As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. The Delhi High Court has passed an order protecting the personality rights and publicity rights of the founder of Isha Foundation. In India, personality rights have not been defined under any statute. Generally, they are of 2 types: right to publicity (UA 19) and right to privacy (UA 21). UN officials have alleged that the newly created agency, backed by the US and Israel, is an aid-washing initiative meant to mask the starvation of Palestinians. Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is a charity that was founded in 2025 in legal form, Stiftung in Switzerland. ADB commits $10 billion to boost India's urban development and metro expansion. ADB will also assist with India's Urban Challenge Fund, boosting private investment. Asian Development Bank, or ADB, supports inclusive, resilient, and sustainable growth across Asia and Pacific. Under Operation Spiderweb, Ukraine carried out its most devastating drone strike of the war. Operation Spiderweb was conducted by Ukraine's SBU, Security Service or Agency. It is a drone attack using first-person view FPV drones on strategic bomber aircrafts at Russian air bases. Mock drills were conducted in states and union territories adjoining the western border under Operation Shield. The objective is to assess and strengthen the country's readiness in the face of possible external threats. The drill is designed to simulate various emergency scenarios such as enemy air raids, drone intrusions. The chief scientist of the World Health Organization said that there is no reason to fear COVID-19 due to the immunity people have acquired over the last few years. Acquired immunity, also known as adaptive immunity, it is a type of immunity that develops after exposure to a specific antigen such as a pathogen or a vaccine. India's private telecom operators have raised concerns about the pricing for satellite-based communication networks. Satellite communication, or SATCOM, refers to any communication link that involves the use of an artificial satellite in its propagation path. Furnace and iron slag found at Daujali Heading Point points to early metallurgical practices of the Neolithic age. Daujali Heading is a Neolithic site in Assam's Dima Hasao district near the Brahmaputra Valley. First evidence of an Eastern Asiatic Neolithic complex of double-shouldered, celts and code-marked pottery in India was reported from there. Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description below.